I have a 2006 Toyota Corolla here. We are replacing the power steering high pressure hose because it's leaking, it's not good, it's all rusty. Then you get that camera closer here. That's the hose right there, as you can see, the pipe and hose at the same time. The nut or the fitting is turning with the entire pipe. So I'm gonna cut the pipe from here with a saw on the driver's side. Here I have a very big extension here, as you can see, and we're gonna see through here. See, you can see the fitting on this side. We took off the pipe right there too. That is to have access to the other one. See the crowd foot wrench right there with a wobble adapter from here. We already lose it, but as I'm saying, it's turning with the entire pipe. The fitting itself is not turning at all. Right there, see? Alright, I'm gonna cut the pipe from here. I'm gonna use this also. Alright, that's the piece of pipe right there. And that's the hose right there, see? I cut it from here, right there, see? So I hope with the piece of hose already shorted, hopefully we're gonna be able to turn the fitting very well. It's a 19mm nut, by the way. Driver's side here, we already tried to take out the pipe right there. The whole pipe is turning, so it gets a lot of pressure. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a saw through here with a very long blade right there. See the blade right there. All right, I'm gonna see if I can cut it here. All right, that's the pipe right there, already cut it. See right there. See the other piece that my friend is trying to pull it out, and the other fitting you see right there on top, that's from the other hose right there that we just took out to have access to the one that we just cut. Can you pull it out? Alright, alright, beautiful. Alright, let's pull out the fitting by hand already. Here is the fitting, as you can see. I cut it from here. See how rusty it is? It was leaking from here. Really bad. The rust has eaten the pipe, as you can see. It was leaking right there. And as you can see, I cut it from both fittings, on the power steering pump and also on the rock and pinion. The two pieces here, small pieces that we took out. This one is from the driver's side and the rock and pinion. This fitting here is the one that you thread on the power steering pump hose, the power steering pump. Here I have the pipe, and this is aftermarket. I hope it works. I'm not sure yet, but this is the part number. Come and see the part number here. The part number 3402808, something right there. I'm gonna route it through here. I hope it's not too hard to do it. See the fitting right there, ready to come to the power steering pump right there, and the fitting of the power steering pump. My friend's gonna get the other end on the other side. Now these fittings, they have to be threaded by hand first on both sides. Do not use any kind of wrenches, crowd foot wrench or anything like that at the beginning. You have to do that only to tighten it, but at the beginning they must go inside only by hand. Now remember, this is the driver's side. I'm gonna see if I can thread the fitting inside by hand first on this side before doing on the passenger side. That is because on this side it's only pipe, so it's not flexible. So I don't want to thread it on the other side because then the pipe is gonna get stiff and everything. It's gonna be hard to do it here. Alright, before installing the pipe, don't forget the O-ring here. The O-ring goes right there, and then we're gonna lubricate it before going inside. It came right there, and the small bag right there. See? I'm threading in by hand, and my friend is holding the pipe on the other side too, so Alright, that's the fitting right there. I threaded in as much as I could already, only by hand. So at this point, it's safe to use a wrench or crowd foot wrench, whatever you're using. In this case, I'm using, let's see, this is a 19 millimeter fitting on this side. Remember, driver side, and this long extension with the wobble adapter here. It makes it so easy. And I have already tightened the fitting right there. Now we're gonna connect the other one here, this one on top, before going to the passenger side and the power steering pump. Now I'm gonna install the top pipe here, the pipe on top. Alright, I threaded it in all the way by hand already. And I got to tighten the fitting the pipe here on top. Ahí está. Ahí está. Alright, passenger side, as you guys can see right there, my friend is tightening the fitting right there. Very easy, it's going inside very smoothly with no problem. I threaded it in by hand already, enough so it can be threaded with the wrench at this point with no problem. It's a 19 millimeter nut, by the way. At this point, we're only taking the air out of the power steering system right there. As you can see, my friend is doing the job there. And I put a little bit of too much power steering fluid right there. I have to take out a little bit. Now we have the lines here, the minimum and maximum. So everything is good. There are no leaks on the floor. Everything is fine. No leaks at all. Alright, as you can see guys, I took out a little bit of the fluid here. Now the level is good. See the level here between the minimum and maximum lines here? That's how it's supposed to stay. Alright, and this is how you replace the high pressure power steering pump hose. Thanks for watching and stay blessed.